Hi, I'm Jory Karen, host of Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This? And you might be wondering what I'm doing here. Well, Slash asked me to help out and introduce the topic for today, which is the top 10 best microwaving experiments. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I couldn't have said that any better myself, Jory. As you all know, I'm your narrator Slash Raptor, so before we start the countdown, let's take a look at the rule. By rule, I mean that there is only one rule, but it's very important to this countdown, so listen up, okay? As I previously mentioned, there's only one major rule for this countdown, and it's that our primary focus is what happens in the microwave. Of course, the jokes are important too, but I put these particular experiments on the list first and foremost because they had fire, explosions, light shows, awful smells, or a near-death experience for one of the hosts. So long story short, the jokes are kind of just like the succulent gravy on the side. Oh, now I'm hungry. Let's change the subject. Even though I decided to rate these experiments based on what happens in the microwave more so than on the jokes, I'm sure there will still be some people who won't agree with my list. If you're one of those people, then go away. Make your own video. Don't post negative comments on mine. It makes me feel really bad. And besides, I delete all negative comments afterwards anyway, so you'd just be wasting your time. Alrighty then. Let's get this episode started.
Number 10.
Experiment number 220. Marshmallow fluff. I chose this episode over all of the other marshmallow-based experiments because it had better jokes and a more disgusting reaction. As you can see, the reaction kind of looks like something taking a dump, only upside down. Yeah, that's pretty gross. And yet I can't seem to look away. Does that make me weird? I don't think so. Yeah, okay, it does make me weird, but more to the point, this episode also has two great moments for Riley McIlwain. There's this one, which I think everybody should recognize from the Season 8 intro. And then there's this one, where he very effectively quotes Ghostbusters.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
So you add everything up, and this is a very entertaining episode. It had me laughing from start to finish, which is exactly what I was hoping for.
Number 9.
Experiment number 135. Singing Hannah Montana Pan. Like a lot of other things on Square Count Countdowns, this experiment is on the list for two major reasons. One, because Hannah Montana tried to assassinate Jory, and it also revealed her as the assassin she always has been, which I think was long overdue. And the second reason is because of John's awesome dance moves. See this one here? See, look at this. I think John called this one the constipated skier, or something like that. He says it himself. And I kid you not, that is the constipated skier.
Number 8.
Experiment number 238. Nintendo Wii. This is one of my favorite episodes. It had a lot of things to offer. Penis jokes, fire, and, most importantly, St. Margaret II's first resurrection.
She had the runs like crazy.
This is our first resurrection, I think.
Oh, and by the way, this episode is also the only experiment to feature a holy idea.
Number 7.
Experiment number 166. Gigantic mercury lightbulb. There's actually two versions of this experiment, one from Season 3 and another from Season 6. I happen to prefer the one from Season 6 better because it's in better quality out of the two of them, and also because of this scene.
It's a big honking ball.
It's almost as big as my penis.
It's bigger than my penis.
Yeah, I know I said we weren't focusing primarily on the jokes, but I just love that line. I think it's easily one of John's greatest moments. Ultimately, though, I put this experiment on the list more so because of this amazing light show than anything. Trust me, it's not on here because of the penis jokes. It's not like I'm gay or anything. What? Don't look at me in that tone of voice. I'm straight. I'm serious. You know what? Screw you guys. Let's move on.
Number 6.
Experiment number 144. Meat tenderizer. Yeah, that's what it is. You had to know this experiment would be on the list somewhere. Well, I mean, why wouldn't it be? It has fire, more penis jokes, a disgusting gooey mess, Bill and Ted references, and it even has a valuable lesson at the end. We get to see firsthand what kind of things can happen to your body if you have unprotected sex. And as we all know, the result was gonorrhea. Now that you've been scarred for life, let's move on to
Number 5.
Experiment number 45. Eggs, soap, and a lighter. What's that old saying again? Oh, yeah, that one. What was it? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. That one never made a lot of sense to me, but I think this experiment should have its own saying. How about, don't count your eggs before they explode while the 1812 Overture is playing? And how can you guys possibly deny that 11 explosions and an expanding mass of soap doesn't merit this episode a spot on the list? And yes, I meant to say 11, since one of the eggs didn't explode. It must have been shy.
Number 4.
Experiment number 212, spinning firework. I love the fire in this episode. Although it wasn't nearly as intense or as large as the fire from the series finale episode, the fire in this experiment had a few more things going for it. For one, it was a fire caused by a firework, so there was a light show before and during the fire. Also, the fact that this experiment only destroyed the door of the microwave was really funny to me. Then, of course, you've got John and Jory's argument about ghetto-ness. Is that even a word? Ghetto-ness?
You have a problem with how ghetto we are now? Listen to me. We'll do this the way we want to do it.
Moving on.
Number 3.
Experiment number 44. Dynamite. This experiment was so groundbreaking to us when it was first uploaded. Mostly because up until this episode, there had never been an experiment powerful enough to destroy a microwave. There had also never been an experiment so dangerous that it had to be filmed in a large open field. And most importantly, there had never been an explosion before. By explosion in this case, I'm talking like Transformers explosions. And all of these things happened for the very first time in this episode, making experiment number 44 a shoo-in for the top 10.
Number 2.
Experiment number 256, lava lamp. This experiment is better than the original lava lamp experiment for several reasons. One, because it's in HD, obviously, and two, because of the huge amount of irony that was built up while John, Jory, and Riley were talking about that one episode of 1,000 Ways to Die where the guy microwaves a lava lamp and kills himself by putting his head too close to the door. And then, right as they're mocking it, their lava lamp explodes and coats Jory's camera in wax and embeds glass shards in the wall of John's house. And then, of course, Riley's reaction was priceless. It almost seemed as though he'd never seen an explosion before. But we all know that's not true.
Number 1.
Experiment number 167. Airbag. What kind of a fan would I be if I didn't put this as number 1? The shocking Season 7 premiere not only saw the tinfoil shield actually work for the first time ever, but it also showed Jory's only real near-death experience in the history of the show. Out of all 300 experiments, none of them have had this much impact on the viewers or the hosts as this one. Ha! I just realized something. This experiment had an impact on us and the hosts, as I already said. And then airbags deploy when they sense impact. Oh, I love accidental humor. What, you guys don't think that's funny? Oh, come on, you wouldn't know a good joke if it bit you in the ass. 'Cause, it just did. I don't need to impress you guys. And that, my friends, is all the time I've got for this countdown. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the countdown, and until next time, peace out.
And here comes the clouds, do-do-do-do. Here comes the clouds. And I say, that's fucked up, 'cause I can't shoot anymore.